Do you want to make custom terrain just like this? Watch till the end to find out how. First, I'll show you how to make a whole map terrain from scratch, then I'll show you how to just customize the existing terrain on your map. To make your whole map with custom terrain, the island I would select from the HUD to build off of is the extra large archipelago island. So select this map, then load in. Once you've loaded in, fly all the way down to the water and then open up the Galleries tab and search for the Grey Cliff Grass Gallery. Then open this gallery and get the plain grass floor. But before you start building, open up your quick menu and make sure you have drop set to off, grid snap set to 32, and building as prop set to origin center. Once you've got all of this sorted, resize the plain grass floor to as big as you can and then place it in the water, but have only the top showing. To make sure players can build off of this grass piece, place down a stair on top of the grass piece you've just placed, and if you can see the whole stair, you've done it correctly, but if not, just bring down the grass piece a little bit so you can see the whole stair. Once you've found the right level for this grass piece platform, copy it multiple times across so you have a decent little platform. You can see that all your floors are even by the little white piece that shows up as you're about to place a new floor, because this is where the old floor is overlapping with it. Now to start adding texture to these basic floors, copy some floors and place them higher up while moving forward. If you've done this correctly, you should have a little mound just like this. Now to start really customizing terrain, I'll show you how to make proper hills, and then I'll show you how to add environment to your terrain. First up, making hills. There's 3 ways to make hills. The first way is to copy a floor and change the axis to pitch. Then rotate it until you've got a decent slope for a hill, but it's still at a point where players can still run up the hill. Once you've made any hill, make sure to level out the top so players can still build on top of it using the stair trick that I showed you before. Another way, but simple way, to add a hill is using the hill terrain prop gallery and then just placing it down. I wouldn't really recommend this because this is just really a mound and it's not really customizable. But what I think is the best way to make a hill is using the hill piece that can be found in the Grey Cliff Grass Gallery. To make a hill using this piece, select it and then resize it to as big as you want and place it so it lines up with your grass platform that you have at the bottom of your map. If you don't like the brown patch at the bottom of the hill, just place a normal flat grass platform over the top of the brown patch to cover it up. Once you've made these hills, go back into the Grey Cliff Grass Gallery and grab the tall grass column. Then to tidy up the sides of your hills, or really the sides of any of the terrain you've made, resize it to the size you need, then place it around the sides of your terrain to tidy it up, and make sure there's no gaps in between your terrain. Next, how to add environment to the terrain you have just made. But first, if you want to customize your terrain that you've just made even more by changing things like the color of your grass and other things, go back into galleries and on the left side scroll down until you find the terrain tab and select it. This tab will show you many options of great galleries to build terrain out of. Now how to add environment to the terrain you've just built. This is a really simple process. All you have to do is go into galleries and search nature. This will give you loads of options like normal trees and little shrubs to tropical trees or even swamp logs. Take your pick from these galleries and place them all around your map, but make sure not to place way too much so that it looks unnatural. Make sure to keep it clean and don't overload it in one spot and have it empty in another. Even it out nicely. But that's how you do it. If this video helped, press the playlist on screen now to see what types of map you can build with your new custom terrain knowledge.